What's good? This is Brittany Sunshyne, and I have a message for you. Okay, so today Spirit had me set them out 2 by 2 instead of in the threes. So I'm realizing that everything is always being done on purpose, whether I realize it or not. Okay, so these two are so beautiful. I hope you can join me in seeing the imagery. Deep roots and atmospheric purity, which reminded me of like a tree and how the deep roots allow for the branches to grow with the leaves that translate our what our breath out is for oxygen. What the heck is it called? I'm gonna look it up. Please forgive me. We breathe out what? Carbon dioxide. There it is, carbon dioxide. Okay, so we breathe out carbon dioxide, right? Yes. And then inside, we breathe in oxygen. And the trees have this amazing way, and the plants, of doing that chemical reaction. It's literally alchemy, right? They alchemize our carbon dioxide and alchemize it into oxygen. There's such a powerful message in here, and for some reason it's like feeling distant, like it's hard for me to pull through. So send me your quantum intercession right now while I pull this through. And then the next two that came through were magnify the sound of the divine. Glory. I mean, like, wow, magnify the sound of the divine. And then this ritual without revelation card, which is these two. The purpose of the ritual without revelation is really to have this awareness that we can do rituals, that like we could be taught to do things going through the motions, or maybe we're not even taught. Maybe we just have gotten to a place in our life where we're going through the motions of something, but we have no revelation as to why we do it or what it's for. There's a lot of that kind of happening in religion. And some of it is good, like some of it is really purposeful, and some of it is pointless. But if you don't have the revelation behind it, you may be missing if it's actually fruitful, if it's actually profitable, if it's actually for something. And then there are some things where it's actually like we just do this, we don't really realize why it makes us feel so good. But like, for example, putting our arms up, like putting our arms up is actually, there's this whole biological thing that happens. That's why it feels good to do that. Also, like dancing around or like swinging our arms, it can create lymph drainage in our body. And so there's all of these physical reasons why it's good to do some of those things that happen at church, but there's no like revelation behind the ritual. It's just, we just do that because it's like, and then we tell ourselves we have reasons that we do it, and some of it can be just fine. Like you don't have to do it for the same reason as everyone else. But that's one of those examples, like putting your arms up actually sends off all of these victory signals in your body, and that's why we feel good doing it and feel good afterward. But it's like you can do that and do it not at church and like still get those victory signals going, you know? So anyway, I hope that makes sense. But let me get these, because there's a story here, there's a message here. So in your life, because you have chosen to take that road less traveled, it has produced deep roots. And it allows you to be this alchemist that can purify atmospheres, whether you realize it or not. And that's why, like, a lot of empaths don't go to busy public places. And the more we heal, the like more we're like, whoa, aware of energy in the room and aware of the atmosphere. And it's like once you start to heal things within yourself, it's like I can't just like not notice that anymore. And whew, I'm getting chills. It's because we have chosen, ultimately our heart's cry is to magnify the sound of the divine. It's because your soul's mission and your free will choice, like it's not just your mission, it's your free will choice is to magnify the sound of the divine. And you have not been following just rituals without revelation. You have not just followed whatever the person in front of you is doing without questioning it. And oh man, maybe you can relate to me. if it was like because of certain like family situations or because of certain things that I saw, you know, rituals without revelation and things like that in life, then it gets to this point where you're like, I don't know who to trust and I don't know which system to trust. So therefore I have to figure every single thing out on my own. And like, it is a rough road because there's not, you know, you just have to learn for yourself. And that creates a lot of dead ends when you're like, well, I guess now I learn. That's where that leads. And like, okay, now let me try the next thing. And then it's like, well, that's where that leads. So anyway, this message, the last part of this message is congratulations. Those deep roots really will pay off in the fruit that your life is going to bear, because it's caused you to be a master transmuter. It's allowed you to be a master alchemist energetically and spiritually. And it's really going to, every time I pick up this one, I'm getting full body chills. It's really going to allow your life to magnify the sound of the divine. Oh my gosh, if you didn't listen to my crazy eclipse rant, the one that says your soul carries a specific sound or something like that, go check that one out, because this is very much like linking up with that. And this is kind of like the crowning moment of like confirming like that soul core soul frequency that you carry. It magnifies the sound of the divine. And then think about it as a chorus, as all of us have done the work to stick to not living with rituals without revelations, but rather allowing our roots to grow deep and our blooms to grow big, so that we can transmute and alchemize and magnify the sound of that divine frequency. And what it's going to do is create legacy. You are a legacy creator for your lineage. Your lineage, like you, the work that you've done is creating a ripple effect in every direction. Woo! And you are so loved. So anyway, make sure to check the description box for any of my offerings. I have free goodies down there. Be blessed, be well, be free, and I will catch you on the next one.